According to allure.com, there are almost as many med spas in the US right now than there are actual McDonald's. And if that ain't a drop your mic statistic, I don't know what is. So the question becomes, how do you really market your aesthetics practice? What do? How do you stand out? Because that statistic, I'm sure, is not even including these primary care and specialty doctors that have been seeing patients for years, and now they're finally tapping into aesthetic and cosmetic treatments. With the market being so saturated, I want to put your mind at ease and talk about how you really market your aesthetics practice. And most importantly, I want you to leave this video with reassurance and with confidence and with something you can take away. Remember that action takers are money makers, and the gold is in the implementation, not the information. When it comes to marketing your aesthetics practice, a question that always follows, it's like 1 and 2, the Doublemint twins, one after the other. Well, Cheri, which social media platform should we really be using? And I want to shift your way of thinking for just a second. Because while social media has its place, it's fun, it feeds our ego. The people love social media. We get a dopamine kick. And we love social media. If the goal is to get clients in your chairs, build a practice that you are obsessed with, that you cannot stop talking about, can't stop thinking about, then you want to make sure you take as many avenues as you possibly can and strategically to get your name out there and to build trust and to build those connections. Because at the end of the day, that is your main goal. That is what it's all about. And again, we'll talk more about social media specifics later, but right now I just want to paint a bigger picture. Other things that you should be doing in combination with social media. Number one, get out into the local community. Now, what does that look like? How do I get out into the local community? I'm treating patients. I don't have time for that. I'm taking care of a family. There's so many moving parts to what I do right now. And I get that. But that's another conversation to be had, right? If you have that mindset of I have no time for this, no time for that. As a business owner, okay, my business mentor taught me this, 2 things. The very first thing is you're going to spend time or you're going to spend money. You pick one. You can spend money and delegate it to somebody who can do it, or you can spend your time trying to figure it out, trying to, cut corners, do guesswork, burn a lot of money, right? My business mentor also told me if you can't get it done in 10 minutes or less, you need to delegate it. And I stand by that. So when it comes to, marketing your practice, yes, it takes time, it takes money, it takes being intentional, it takes planning. So with that being said, delegate someone within your practice to do this for you, to help you out with this. Build collaborations, build relationships, build partnerships. If you are an aesthetics clinic or you offer any type of beauty treatments, the best place to collaborate with, the best type of business is a gym. They are full of people who are already interested in their self-appearance, how they look, how they feel. It's the perfect audience that you want to expose your services to, and vice versa, because it works both ways. A successful partnership within your local community ideally would be with someone that is utilizing social media. They have a great online presence. They understand the assignment, and you guys can benefit from each other. That's what a successful collaboration looks like. So go out in the local community and, build some relationships. Let people know that you exist, which brings me to my next one. Boots on the ground marketing. It still works. Okay. I remember working in plastics and psychiatry, and we would have tons of sales reps come through those doors, at least 1 or 2 every week. And the ones who always got through, the ones who always got to the doctors were the ones that showed up with coffee, with a sweet treat. They had a smile on their face. They were not pressing our front desk about getting, time with the doctor. They were just building relationships and they were building connections. They were being nice. Go out in the local community, neighboring businesses, at least once a quarter, once a month, whatever you have the means to do, and let other people know you exist. Somebody with a smiling face, A-type personality. She's a conversation starter, she or he, and let them be a representation of your business. Hello, this is what we do. We offer this. We're right up the road. We have this special going on right now. We would love for you to come in and take something. Please do not show up empty-handed. Ew, that is so disgusting because you will get X'd off the list immediately. So that is another thing that you can do to get to get active in your community. Host med spa events. So I used to say that med spa events, people yearn the in-person interaction because COVID had everybody sick and shut in. But I can't even blame it on COVID anymore. People just yearn in-person connection right now because we are living in a very digitalized world. Everything is AI generated. Everything is automated. Everything is overnight, quick, robotic, fast. Press 1 for this, press 2 for that. No. Okay. People want real interaction, like real person, in-person interaction. They're looking for it. We get online right now. We don't know what's real. We don't know what's fake. Also, hosting med spa events, not only is it a quick cash injection if it's done right, but they help you build trust within the local community because people are able to be in your space. They're able to hear how you talk, just kind of feel your vibe, meet your staff, see your beautiful office. Med spa events are the way to go in 2026 because people are looking for in-person interaction and connection. Now, if you have no idea how to host a profitable med spa event, I'm talking arranging packages, having special pricing, making sure you have vendors, you donate. If you don't know where to start, I want you to go to my website. Actually, we will link it down below. Download a copy of the free Med Spa event planning checklist. That way you will know exactly what you need to do because it is full of resources and you'll know exactly what you need to do to host more profitable events. And trust me, I know people love to have a good time. I am people. We love to have a good time, but I want your event to be a success. I want it to be profitable. I want you to host an event and reap the benefits and see that there are long-lasting benefits that come from having a successful event. A lot of practices, they host events and they're upset because they didn't get an immediate turnout. But that's not the point of an event. An event is for you to create that awareness, create that know, trust factor. You make sure you have different touch points and different things in line at your event so they do become profitable later on down the line. But again, go download that checklist. You will not be disappointed. Next, let's talk about paid ads because the Cheri back in the day would definitely tell you you don't need paid ads. You can do it all organically. Just post on social media, be consistent, be authentic, all the things. But no, these platforms have become pay to play platforms, meaning that in order for you to be exposed to a new audience on a consistent basis, like at a higher value, you have to invest in paid ads. Now, as far as the budget you need to invest, like we won't even go there. You just need to book a one-on-one call if you want to go that deep because every practice is different. But you definitely want to have a paid ad budget. The thing is, right, here's where we're different. You need to make sure your foundation is solid first because a lot of people, they get themselves in these bad situations. They purchase these devices that they know they didn't have no business buying. And then they get themselves in these situations and they think that paid ads is going to help fix the problem. But in fact, it just actually amplifies the problem. When we work with our clients, we make sure they have a solid foundation first. Is there someone there to answer the phones? Do we have a solid offer? And I'm not just talking about a free consultation. Where are we sending these leads, right? Is there someone there to respond to them almost immediately? And then you also want to make sure you do have an organic presence, that your organic presence is already converting. Like, are you able to just get clients through social media? And when I say converting, check your inbox. Is the awareness there? Are people signing up for your newsletter? There are different things that you can do to make sure your social media engagement, your organic engagement is up to par. But there are levels to getting to paid ads. And so many people do this wrong. And then they say the ads don't work, or they let the ad agency talk them out of investing in more ads, more ad spend, more, when all actuality, the foundation is not solid and the ads will not be as effective. Google ads versus social media ads or meta ads. Which ones should you use? Now, when I say social media ads, I am specifically talking about meta ads. That is what we specialize in, not, TikTok ads, YouTube ads. No, just Facebook and Instagram. So I'm comparing Facebook and Instagram ads to Google ads. Now, back in the day, Google ads that's your main thing. That's your bread and butter. They worked, they converted so many new clients into our practices, the ones that I would work in, the ones that I would work for. However, buyers' behavior is different. Cost per click is higher. The competition is harder, and the quality of the leads are lower than Facebook, than meta ads, right? So you also want to consider the fact that the landscape of Google is different. And this is the type of stuff that these agencies, they just won't tell you. They won't take the time to explain it because they just want you to believe what they say. But over here on this channel, that's why y'all love me so much, I'm going to tell you the truth. The Google landscape is not the same anymore. You have social media, you have Chat, GPT, Claude, all these people. So all of those platforms, they've kind of come in and intercepted some of that traffic. So where you would see more high intent buyers doing Google searches, you don't really see that anymore. People are kind of like scattered, like they're going to different places to consume the answers to their problems. Versus back in the day, it used to be Google, which is why the Google ads converted way better than what they do now. So again, when you work with us, we're definitely managing meta ads for you because they convert better. People are always on social media, bottom line. And the goal with us, the more your organic content performs, the less you should be spending money on paid advertisement. Another thing that the marketing agencies will never tell you, but I will. All right, so now let's get into social media, because I think that's why most of you are here. I don't know why you're here. Maybe you're here because you just like watching my videos or you just love me. I don't know. Either way, let me know in the comments because I really want to know. But let's get into social media. Yes, social media should be a part of your strategy. For those of you who don't know, and I did an entire YouTube video on this, I'll link it up here. But bottom line, I used to only provide social media services for aesthetic practices, startup med spas. But over the years, what I found is that the doctors and medical professionals that I would work with, they wanted to see more than likes on a video, videos go viral, pretty social media content. They wanted to actually see patients on the schedule. So I basically just I had confidence in myself. I knew I could do it. I just had to switch up lots of things in my business. So I say all that to say, social media, it works. It has its place, but it is not the final conversion point. People need multiple touch points. They need lots of information so they can make their own educated decisions and educated financial decisions. And when it comes to high ticket treatments, which most of you guys offer, we're not selling $25 shirts or $5 lollipops. We're selling luxury services. We're changing lives. When it comes to higher end services, it takes people a little longer to say yes. It takes them longer to commit. And it's not that they have totally dismissed the idea of doing whatever the service is. It's just that right now they're not ready. And then that comes down to understanding that there are different buyer types. There are the types that see something and they immediately buy it, no questions about it. There are people who see things and they question it. They think it's shady. So they want to do homework. They want to do research. And what I have found is while those types of buyers can be pain in our asses, those types of buyers are your most loyal clients because they did their homework. They know what it is that they want. It just took them time. So your goal as the provider is as the person offering the services is to stay top of mind so that person does not forget about you. And the best way to do that is social media. But again, it's in conjunction with all those other things. Like I didn't even talk about email marketing. That's a whole nother beast, but I'll link a video where I did get more into email marketing. But social media is great for building connections and trust. Your goal is to get people off of social media because it's a discoverability platform. So your goal is to get people to your social media by finding you wherever you are. Be everywhere, be omnipresent, hire help. Don't try to do it yourself. Your goal is to get people off of social media onto something that you own. See, you don't own social media, so who knows what happened to it. But you do own the data that's flowing through your website. You do own the contacts that sign up for your email newsletter. So you want to make sure your goal is to push them to the website, to your newsletter. That is where high ticket, high intent clients are more likely to fulfill their buying desires and make buying decisions. So with that being said, what do you do on social media? What do you even talk about? If you're telling me not to push my Botox offer or to let everybody know about my newest and greatest device, what do we talk about? Well, there are 5 F's to connection that I want you to start with. The very first is faith. Talk about your faith. Fitness. Do you work out? Do you go to the gym? Talk about that. Family. Maybe you don't want to show your kids. Maybe you do. Whatever. Talk about your family. What I'm missing one. Food. Oh my goodness, how can I forget food? I'm a foodie. I love food. Food connects people together. And then last but not least, finances. If your goal is to attract other medical professionals, other medical providers, maybe you want to offer one-on-one trainings one day or whatever your goal is, of course, talk about your finances because you will attract more professionals just like you. But if that's not your goal, you don't need to be on the internet talking about your finances. But I just gave you 5 topics that you can choose from. All of these topics, you are sure to build connections because remember, I want you to understand social media is there for you to build awareness, for you to build trust, like, know, and connection. That is it. It's not there for you to sell. And this is the difference in learning from someone who works with medical aesthetic practices versus learning from someone on the internet that's teaching you things like how to go viral, right? Your goal is not to go viral. Your goal is not to push a sale down people's throat. People love to shop. People love to spend money, but they don't like to be sold to. So with that being said, your goal is to create connection, conversation, and then it leads to conversion. And when all else fails, y'all, really, if you don't know what to talk about something that is relevant, like what's going on in your industry right now, or even just in the world. Think about the Super Bowl and the Bad Bunny performance and everybody that's on the internet right now literally going crazy because the man sung in Spanish. Talk about that stuff. I did an entire YouTube video on how you as a medical provider could speak on relevant topics and use this as a way to build trust and build connection with other people. Like a world full of strangers who do not know you. You have to find ways to connect with them. So you can always talk about something relevant, always talk about a trending topic in the news right now. Whatever, the goal is to get the conversation started. That is how you use social media, not to push a sale or promotion or discount down somebody's throat. This is a rule of thumb. If your goal is to sell to broke people, you push discounts, you push promotions. But if your goal is to sell to the rich and the wealthy, you focus on the outcomes, your experience, and your results. So, with that being said, if you found this video helpful, if you learned anything, let me know what you learned in the comments, or just drop your favorite emoji so I can know that you guys are there. Come over to Instagram and follow me there. You guys know where I am on Instagram. And just let me know, hey, Cheri, we saw your video. We loved it. Here was our takeaway. And before I go, I do want to let y'all know about a membership that I have been working on behind the scenes. And most importantly, I want y'all to help me decide on a name. Now, the goal of this membership is to help more of you out there operate and build your practices with confidence, and that you have a marketing partner like me in your back pocket. So I'll be hosting weekly lives. I'll be doing frequently asked questions. I'll have like live office hours where you can kind of come in and just basically ask me whatever you want. You'll also have a chance to win a one-on-one free strategy session with me or someone from my team. And then you will also get exclusive access to behind the scenes content, like different client meetings, or maybe when I go to different client offices and things like that. It's going to be great. And guess what? Come a little closer. It's only going to be $11 a month, y'all. That's it. An $11 investment, and you get access. You get access to all of this. Access ain't cheap, okay? Especially access to me. But I'm giving it to you for $11. But anyways, that is something I'm working on. I'm like excited to be able to finally tell y'all that I'm working on this. But I want you to help me come up with a name. So I have 3. I'll let you know my favorite after I tell them all to you. So number 1, the aesthetic inner circle. Number 2, the cash flow clinicians. And number 3, the high value providers. Let me know in the comments which one do you like the best. I personally like the high value providers. So then all of my members who join, I can call them the HVPs. I love that. Anyway, so I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe if you learned something. Comment down below. And while you guys wait on the next video, because if you like this one, I am 100% sure that you're going to like this video where we talk about having the mindset to win as an aesthetic practice owner, because you got to believe in yourself. You got to be your biggest cheerleader. You got to almost be slightly delusional and know you are the head, not the tail. What's for you is for you. And we talked about that in this video. So go watch this video while you wait on the next, and I'll see y'all later. Bye for now.